Macedonia seems to be one of those underrated places most of us couldn't find on a map. I'll be honest, I had no idea. But it is open for travel, including to Americans, and I've spent 2 months here. So let's start by diving into my first impressions of its capital city, what to do, where to eat, and everything else you'll want to know about Skopje. I'm Linda, and at 33, I decided to sell everything to travel the world and live my bucket list. Adulthood hasn't really been the same since. I thought I would give you kind of my first impressions of Skopje. I've been here for about a week now, so yeah, let's get into it. First impression, you feel like it's a very kind of bleak and gray, but once you spend enough time here, you start to see that it has this like really unique and kind of quirky character to the city. I know everybody always talks about the fact that there are just statues everywhere, and I mean, they're right. There are statues everywhere. I think the city spent a large amount of money on putting statues all over the city. And interestingly, one of the ways that the locals here show their displeasure is by throwing color on the buildings, which I've seen photos of. I haven't actually seen it, but it actually looked really cool. So I think that kind of made it better. That's kind of what the city is known for. In the middle, kind of running through the center, you've got the river, and then you've got the old bazaar on one side and kind of the main square, which at the moment is called Alexander Square, on the other. My personal favorite area to stay in is actually where I stayed. I really liked it because it was super convenient to walk around and get to the center. It was about maybe a 10-15 minute walk at most, but it was also close enough to Mount Vodno, so you could easily go up the hill right back of the neighborhood, I guess, and get up there for some like nice outdoor activities and exercise. The river is also really nice. There's a trail that goes along that on either side where you can exercise, go for a walk, so super, super lovely. The other neighborhood that I found just walking through that I thought was really, really nice was this one. Basically, there's lots of cafes and restaurants around. There's some kind of cobblestone streets, and it seems like a really, really nice kind of neighborhood. In terms of food, I mean, I'll give you all of my favorite restaurants, but overall, I will say the food has been amazing here. It's really, really good food. I don't think we've gone out to eat anywhere and haven't just been surprised by the food, whether it's traditional Macedonian cuisine or international cuisine, which there is a good selection of here as well. Probably my favorite so far was Allspice, which has a really nice mix of Arabic dishes with some Asian fusion. It was really, really excellent. But all of these other restaurants that I'll show you now are also really, really good, and yeah, absolutely loved it. The one thing that I will say that is really weird here, not weird, but like one thing that I'm not used to anymore is the fact that you can actually smoke inside the restaurants. So most of them will have, especially the traditional restaurants, they'll have a smoking section and a non-smoking section. So that's a bit different, but there you go. In terms of the bars, the best ones that I've heard from the locals and I've been to are the District Bar at the Marriott Hotel. Then there's also the Rakia Bar, which is in the Old Bazaar, and they have lots and lots of different flavors of Rakia. My personal favorite was the honey flavor, and it has a really good atmosphere, and it's a cute little place. So I definitely recommend that if you want to have a night out. And before I forget, I am always on the lookout for some cool, interesting, and unique places around the world for adventures and bucket list checks, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the adventurous adulthood. My favorite parts of the city is the fact that like nature is really easily accessible. So you've got, as I said, Mount Vodno, which is, you can see with a cross right at the back of the city, and basically there's lots and lots of trails up there, plenty of different parking areas, so you can, go hiking every weekend if you wanted to. And there's also the Matka Canyon, which is a canyon by the dam, and that's also just about a 20-minute drive from the center to get there. You can go kayaking, you can take a boat tour and just kind of get outside in nature, and it's just super close to the city, which is amazing. So I really, really love that. Personally, for me, I like being outdoors as well, so it's a really nice mix of kind of city with outdoor adventure, so that gets a big bonus from me. The other thing that I really, really love about this city are the locals. Everyone is so super friendly, just genuinely helpful and really nice. And I feel like the Balkans aren't really known for that, but I mean, that stereotype totally isn't true here. Everyone is so, so nice. So there you go. Those are my first impressions of this fairly underrated city that I hope you come and enjoy one day. Until next time, be good to one another, be good to our planet, and keep adventuring. I really hope that I covered everything because I set up my other camera to take a time lapse and I used my phone instead of a tripod because I didn't bring my tripod. So my phone is currently propping up the other camera, and that's where my notes are.